I might record this again because that's a good one too. But we just talked about that how different training conditions people have who show up for the stage stop, from mushers from the Yukon over NWT to Quebec to Michigan, and now all the way to Oregon. So it's not like an Alaska race for Alaskans. This is people with all different conditions.
It is. It really is. And I think everywhere people come from, like they've got some conditions that allow them to be really good at something. It's hard for me to teach a pace because we're always going up and down mountains, and sometimes in deep snow, sometimes not. But my dogs are familiar with mountains. They know what those are.
But you both definitely didn't have the problems that, say, Hans or Grant Beck had with 40 below, 50 below weather now.
No, we never see those temps. In fact, I almost feel bad saying this to mushers, but I don't even have, the water buckets I have out for my dogs probably only get ice in them 10 days out of the year.
Wow. So just imagine, so you and, let's say, Grant Beck competing in the same race with such different parameters leading up to the race. I mean, he has been sitting there on Great Slave Lake in a whole different ballgame for many, many months now.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and that's what's really cool to me about coming to these big races that bring mushers from so far away is we all come from very different places with very different constraints and challenges. We all have our challenges. No one's got it easy, and then we get to see how it plays out on the same trail on the same day.
Yeah. So Chris Atkins mentioned the other day that he hasn't even been on the sled yet, and then Linda Pierce, who's here in the mountains in Washington, she's like, oh my God, so much snow. I mean, here Snoqualmie Pass has been closed for days on end, so I can only imagine what she's dealing with.
Yeah, no, I got 3 feet of snow at my house this past week, and I spent most of the week just trying to keep it cleared so that when it stopped, I could get out of here. But that's part of it. It's interesting. Before I got into dogs, I was into backcountry skiing, and I never complained when it snowed a lot. It was always great. The only time I've ever complained when it snowed too much is since I started being a dog musher, which is a little ironic, but yeah.
Well, so Whitehorse, for example, can have really drought years and very low snow. And they are this year hammered with both cold and snow. Talked to a friend a few minutes ago, and he said, it's 35 below and it's snowing.
I didn't think that was possible. Yeah.
Yeah, well, same here. We always thought that was not possible, but it seems to be possible now. So they don't only have it brutally cold, they also have an ungodly amount of snow that way too.
Yeah, we see the other extreme. Like this summer, we had 2 big heat waves. One of them, a lot of people probably saw in the news that Portland and Seattle, where you are right now, broke record heat temperatures, 3 or 4 days in a row. We saw 115 here at our place, and of course, with sled dogs, that's way too hot. So we had 26 dogs in the house with us whenever it was that hot, just because we had some AC going in the house. And
oh wow,
we kind of muddled through it as best we could. It's funny. I see,
that's good team bonding.
I was joking with my wife at that time. It's like in the winter, I see pictures of my friends in Alaska, either with all their dogs in the house. I remember seeing that with you, Sebastian, years and years ago. When it's 40 below out, they need to come in, or people have special dog barns that are heated. And, it's never cold enough here to worry about that in the winter. But here I am in the summer, it's 115 out, first time ever. And I'm bringing all the dogs in the house. In fact, my barn is about 100 yards from the house, and the dirt road that separates the two, the surface had gotten so hot and it wasn't cooling down at night that I didn't even want to walk the dogs up to the house. So I was driving down there in our air-conditioned SUV and shuttling them up to the house just so they wouldn't burn their feet. Yeah, because it was crazy because the sun was so intense, and it stayed that way for days. So everything just got so hot. And and the dogs, it's amazing how well our dogs all come in the house regularly anyway, so it wasn't like they weren't house trained. We've never had all 26 in the house at the same time before. But
you probably didn't have very much room left on the couch.
No, what we found, and this is just dogs, is that as long as we were sitting around being relaxed, the dogs did the same. You know, if I were to get up and act like I was in a hurry to do something, then it would have been chaos.
Yeah. Oh, no, same for me. When I moved around really slow to, let's say, walk to the kitchen, they would just all blink and look, and okay, he's not going far.
Yeah.
But boy, the second I grabbed my jacket, I was like, oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, very cool. Hey, I'm looking very forward to see you down there. I guess now I have a part 2.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, safe travels.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.